This is our lesson 19. We are looking at multiplication of matrices by a scalar and a matrix by a matrix. So we'll start with looking at multiplication of a matrix by a scalar. What is a scalar? A scalar is a number. Let's look at an example. Given that A is equals to, we have the column matrix, -5, 0, 6. B is a 2 by 2 matrix. First row we have 2, 4. Second row we have 0 and -6. And C is a 2 by 3 matrix. First row has entries 3, 0 and 4. Second row has -2, 1 and 7. Find 3A. Find 3A. So what we are going to do is to substitute the entries for the matrix A where there's A. So we are saying 3, and then we have the column matrix, -5, 0 and 6. So to get rid of these brackets, you are supposed to multiply each of the entries by 3. So we are going to say 3 times -5, 3 times 0, and 3 times 6. Let's do that. So when we multiply 3 times -5, we'll get a -15. 3 times 0 will give us a 0. 3 times 6 will give us 18. So our answer will look like that. It will be a column matrix, -15, 0, 18. Let's continue. We have half B. So where there's B, we'll replace the matrix B. To get rid of those brackets, we are supposed to multiply each of those entries by half. So we are going to say half times 2, half times 4, half times 0, half times -6. Let's do that. So if you multiply half times 2, you get a 1. Half times 4 will give us a 2. Half times 0 will give us a 0. Half times -6 will give us a -3. Our answer will be first row 1 and 2, second row 0 and -3. Let's continue. 4C. Find 4C. So what we are going to do is to replace the entries for the matrix C where there's C. Then we are going to multiply each of these by 4. So we'll say 4 times 3, 4 times 0, 4 times 4 in the first row. Second row 4 times -2, 4 times 1, and 4 times 7. Let's do that. So if you multiply 4 times 3, you get a 12. 4 times 0 will give us a 0. 4 times 4 will give us a 16. That's our first row. Second row, we have 4 times -2, giving us -8. 4 times 1 will give us a 4. 4 times 7 will give us 28. That is our answer. We continue. Multiplication of a matrix by a matrix. Now, when you are multiplying a matrix by a matrix, the order doesn't matter. They don't have to be compatible like the way we were looking at addition and subtraction of matrices. Let's look at an example. We have given that P has a column, row matrix, entries -4 and 3. Q is a column matrix, it has 6 and 3. R is a 2 by 2 matrix, 1 and -2, 5 and 0. And S is a 2 by 2 matrix. It has entries in the first row, 3 and 1. Second row has 2 and -1. Find PR. So what we are going to do, where there's P, we'll replace -4 and 3. Where there's R, we'll replace 1 and -2 in the first row, 5 and 0. Let's do that. Now, when you're looking at multiplication of matrices, it is always row by column. Row by column. So we are going to multiply the entries according to their positions and then add them. So we'll multiply the first entry in the first row times the first entry in the first column plus the second entry in the first row times the second entry in the first column. Then we'll do the same row by the second column. Let's do that. So we are going to say -4 times 1 plus 3 times 5. We'll leave space. negative 4 times negative 2 plus 3 times 0. When we multiply negative 4 times 1, we'll get a negative 4, plus 3 times 5 will give us a 15. Negative 4 times negative 2 will give us a positive 8, plus 3 times 0 will give us a 0. Let's do that. When the signs are different, we are going to subtract the numbers with the sign of the bigger number. So our answer will be 11 and 8. It will be a row matrix. We continue. We have SQ, find SQ. So we are going to substitute. Where there's S, we'll substitute the matrix S. Where there's Q, we'll substitute the matrix Q. So we'll do what we did. We are going to multiply row by column. This one is going to give us 2 rows. So we are going to multiply 3 times 6 plus 1 times 3. Then we'll go to the second row at the bottom. 2 times 6 plus negative 1 times 3. Let's do that. So we have 3 times 6 plus 1 times 3. Then we have 2 times 6 plus negative 1 times 3. 3 times 6 will give us 18, plus 1 times 3 will give us a 3. 2 times 6 will give us a 12, plus negative 1 times 3 will give us a negative 3. 18 plus 3 will give us a 21. 12 plus negative 3 will give us a 9. So our answer will look like that. It will be a column matrix with entries 21 and 9. Let's look at the last question. We have RS. So what we are going to do is to substitute. Where there's R, we'll replace the matrix R. Where there's S, we'll replace the matrix S. And then we'll continue multiplying the way we were multiplying our row by column. So we'll multiply the first row, first column, first row, second column. Then we'll go to the bottom, second row, first column, second row, second column. Let's do that. So we'll say 1 times 3 plus negative 2 times 2. We'll leave space. Then we'll multiply 1 times 1 plus negative 2 times negative 1. Then we'll go to the second row. We'll say 5 times 3 plus 0 times 2. We'll leave space. Then we'll say 5 times 1 plus 0 times negative 1. Let's do that. So if we multiply 1 times 3, we are getting a 3. Negative 2 times 2 will give us a negative 4. 1 times 1 will give us a 1. Negative 2 times negative 1 will give us a positive 2. 5 times 3 will give us a 15. 0 times 2 is giving us a 0. 5 times 1 will give us a 5. Plus 0 times negative 1 will give us a 0. Let's do that. So if you add 3 plus negative 4, we'll get a negative 1. 1 plus 2 will give us a 3. 15 plus 0 will give us a 15. 5 plus 0 will give us a 5. Our answer will look like that. It will be a 2 by 2 matrix with first row. It has entries negative 1 and 3. Second row has entries 15 and 5. As simple as that.